What's happening? This is Kid Fonque. I'm out in Johannesburg, South Africa. I'm going to be spending the day chatting to a bunch of legends in the house music scene about a very important record in the house music space. This record came out 17 years ago from a local artist called Blackwhole. The name of the tune is 1000 Seconds. Stone cold classic.
I'm Mr. C from Blackwhole, and it was based in Braamfontein, Johannesburg.
Blackwhole, 1000 Seconds, super track, man. Came out at the right time. Came out at the transition between, Kwaito, local, whatever. But it was a house, man. And an amazing sound, very simple, but just pulsating. So, big track, had a big influence when local house started getting big and underground. Super
We
tune.
used to host parties around Braamfontein. That's where everything started, and that's where the inspiration for the track 1000 Seconds came from. It was one of those tracks we never thought people will it was actually been archived.
I think personally it was way ahead of its time in terms of how the music was made, because I actually remember that when I first heard it, I was like, who is this, Because it sounded more like, at the time, more techno-ish, basically. But it had this groove that's uniquely South African, and I think even when I first heard it, I could see the reaction of the crowd. I was not playing, I can't remember who was playing it, but yeah, the crowd just went insane, and I kept on asking, who's this? And then Mr. C, he came, I think we were still at, that track is probably over 17
years now.
C. I think we were still at House Africa, and then he came, he brought the vinyls at the time, yeah. And then I was like, listen to damn, here's the track. And yeah, and then we started playing it, and man, it took the country by storm. New vibe, new thing. I mean, remember, we were almost just coming out of the Kwaito, and here comes this house song. And yeah, man, it was amazing.
I think 1000 Seconds is one of those spiritual songs and those blessings that God gave us and to share with everyone. And we are glad that even the world is gonna now get to hear the song.
1000 Seconds is something very close to me. I grew up on that music. I obviously have a lot of memories of playing the record out all over South Africa. It's a very special piece of music for electronic music in South Africa, and Blackwhole did amazing things on that song, and it's just timeless, So yeah, it's a very special piece of music to me.
But I've always felt that the song didn't get the kind of recognition that it deserved. Actually, I was actually surprised when you called me to say, you've signed up the song, you're doing remixes of the song. I think that song basically deserved to be one of the most amazing songs to come out of South Africa, because it had all elements. You can say a bit of Gomes, a bit of soul, a bit of deep house, a bit of tech. It had a bit of everything, So yeah, I'm really impressed, because I think I'd completely forgotten about it, to be quite honest. When you mentioned it, obviously, I went on my computer to listen to the song again. Even that original version, up to this day, is still amazing. It's actually, you say 17 years?
Yeah.
It was actually 17 years ahead of its time.
One day I was going to DJ in Rustenburg. When I was there, there's a DJ called DJ Jury. He was like, hey man, Mr. C, I'm gonna play a track that you gave me, and the crowd went crazy. And I was like sitting there, I'm going home to look for this song and see if we release this song, what will it do?
Blackwhole, 1000 Seconds, 17 years old. Tell us why this record is so iconic in South Africa.
Yo, 1000 Seconds. If you talk about South African music, you can't be missing, say, 1000 Seconds, bruh. This song will always be on the top 5 of the sound that shaped the South African music to be where it is right now. 1000 Seconds was released at a time I was not even a producer or DJ, so we would listen to 1000 Seconds, on an iconic sound, bro. Wow, what a record, man. Record was released about 17 years ago. And, you know, I mean, it was in the height when South Africa, you know, there was the movement of Kwaito, you know, a genre called Kwaito, you know, more of a township vibe that became huge. But that record just came from Norway, you know, and I always think it was ahead of its time, you know, because it was more take, you know, the melody, din, 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 din. When you hear it on the dance floor, it just keeps going, you know, and when the melody just comes in, you know, and I can imagine that what it can, how it can rock the dance floors now. But you know, that time, it just became one of the biggest dance records in South Africa. Everywhere you find it in the shabins, you find it wherever you go. We used to have these things called street bashes where we put the sound systems in the streets and people come out and party. It became one of the biggest tracks. And once in a while, I mean, I drop it and the crowd just goes bananas. And I still feel if you play it now, you won't say it was created 17 years ago.
South African classic.
What a classic.
I've had the remixes. Yeah, guys have done a good job. It's a difficult track. We always know it's a difficult track to remix. Even for us, we did the remix of it before, but people have tried and we've never been impressed, you know? So I think this project, this one is dope, you know? I like the guys that they put their best. They put their best and people, I think they will love this. We approve it and yeah, people will love the new sound.